Roughly 1 month ago, I posted a prediction video for Shemar Stewart, and I more or less locked him in as a Miami Hurricane. And I laid out a ton of reasons as to why I felt like that made the most sense for him. Fast forward to February 1st, and we are 1 day away from signing day. And unfortunately, there are a lot of red flags here when it comes to Shemar Stewart and the Miami Hurricanes. And things are looking a little sketchy for us. Let's talk about it. What's going on, Canes fans? Everybody's super pumped and excited with signing day coming tomorrow. And, Miami has some exciting guys potentially coming up that we can sign, and I don't want to downplay any of those guys. However, the majority of eyes are on the number one recruit in the state of Florida, defensive end Shemar Stewart. And right now, social media is just going wild. You got Canes fans tweeting hashtag Shemar Stewart to the U. You got Texas A&M fans tweeting that he's locked down. And you still got Georgia fans in the mix who feel like that, even though there's not been a lot of talk about Georgia lately, Will Muschamp made that late visit later in January to Shemar Stewart, and they feel like that they're still in the running. So who's it going to be? I told you guys that I made a prediction that Shemar Stewart was going to be a Miami Hurricane, and I gave a lot of good reasons as to why I felt that way. But what we're going to do in this video is take a look at some things that have happened, some things that have transpired over the last few days, and then I want to give a last final official prediction the day before signing day. And what I need you guys to do is let me know how you feel about my decision. Let me know if you agree or disagree and how you're feeling about it. Now, if you're here after signing day and after the announcement has been made, you're more than welcome to come in and troll whatever my decision is. But I do want to make it known that if I am wrong, it's real easy, guys. It's real easy, and I can take it. But it's really easy to come in after the fact and poke fun at someone being potentially wrong, or saying that you told me so, or you said it was going to be this, when you're doing it after the decision has already made. So I'm just throwing it out there. I can take the heat, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't bother me. But I wanted to take a look at kind of the timeline of events here for Shemar Stewart, and the fact that the last official visit that he made was to the University of Miami. And this is a huge plus for us, right? Because when it comes to recruiting, we had the opportunity to make that last final impression. That's going to be the most recent memory that he has. Now, he did have the official visit to Georgia right before that. And then, of course, I mentioned Muschamp and Trey Scott paying him a visit. But one of the things that I really want to point out here that I find very interesting is the last time he had any type of visit or any type of, noted official talks with Texas A&M dates all the way back to December 10th. So, we're talking roughly 2 months ago. And I find that interesting because if we go over and look at the current crystal ball predictions, literally every person has him locked in for Texas A&M. Now, if you'll notice, the confidence here is 5 for Andrew Ivins. Steve is at a 6. Brian is at a 6. Andrew is 6. Josh Newberg is the highest at a 7, but this guy's an FSU insider, so nobody listens to him. So it's only a medium confidence level here for landing Shemar Stewart at Texas A&M. And he hasn't had any type of visit or anything at Texas A&M in roughly 2 months. So I find that very interesting. Now, what Canes fans have probably noticed, and if you haven't, I'm about to show you, is that over the last few days, Shemar Stewart has removed everything off of his social media pages, most notably Instagram here. He removed everything other than a picture with DVD with the Miami Hurricanes, him decked out in cane gear, in the orange and green, and a video. Everything else on his Instagram page is gone. No Texas A&M stuff, no Georgia stuff. And a ton of Canes fans have noticed this and, are sounding off on social media. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This is actually a red flag for me. I do not see this as a positive, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. I do want to show you his Twitter page as well. So on Twitter, a lot of people are more active. They do a lot more posts. So, he still has up his announcement page. But if we go look at a couple of his most recent posts, okay, 3 hours ago, he says, get my Instagram to 15K before signing day. And then his post before that is his comment on a 305 Sports Twitter page where they're talking about if he did sign with Miami and talking about this class. And he tweets throwing up the U with a question mark, as in kind of, hinting at, hey, bro, maybe I'm choosing Miami, kind of gauging interest and attention from Canes fans. And of course, we gobble it up. We eat it up, and rightfully so and understandably so, because we want this guy more than anyone, right? Again, not downplaying the other recruits. It's just this guy's 5-star number 1 recruit in the state of Florida. So, he's going to get a lot of attention. But back to what I was originally saying, this is actually a huge red flag for me, because if you are attempting to, let's say, shock the world, which, let's be real, times are different, guys. This isn't 1985. I got people coming down in my comment section that are like, well, Coop, back in my day when you committed, you were committed. You shook a hand, you spit in your hand and shake hands, and you're committed. Things have changed. No longer is it about honoring any type of verbal commitment or, committing to a school and staying committed. And you have to understand that that's just not how things work anymore. It is what it is. That's how things are. And I'm just going to be real. I honestly don't have a problem with it. I feel like it's a huge decision to make at that age. And of course, you're going to visit lots of schools. You're going to get to travel a little bit, and you need to enjoy the process. This is the rest of your life. We as fans are not living Shemar Stewart's life. We're not in his shoes. So he needs to make the decision that's right for him. As much as I want him to be a Miami Hurricane, he's got to do what he thinks is best for him. So what I'm saying is it's all about views, clicks, likes, shocking the world, and attention. It's just the world that we live in. It's everyone, not just Shemar Stewart. So why? Answer this question for me. Why would he take down all the Texas A&M stuff, all the Georgia stuff, and basically say before the signing day, I'm choosing Miami? Because then if he rolls out and chooses Miami, it doesn't shock the world, right? Now, you could also argue that regardless, it still shocks the world because, again, we just talked about it. This could be a little reverse. This is a reverse of the reverse, right? So everyone has him locked in, crystal balled, to Texas A&M. So really, in a way, him choosing Miami still does shock the world because on social media, he's all Miami Hurricane. But then at the same time, all of the reporters have him locked in at Texas A&M. So who really knows where he's going to go? The crystal balls all pointed to Texas A&M. So it would still kind of shock the world in a way. But then also another really big curveball would be Georgia, right? Because who's got him going to Georgia other than Georgia fans? But Georgia also just won a national championship, So my official prediction for Shemar Stewart, we're probably going on like 8 or 10 minutes in this video. I went back and forth all day on this, guys, because you could argue so many different ways for this. He's out of Opelika. Does he want to stay and make the crib great? Does he maybe want to leave the crib? A lot of people also forget that we argue this make the crib great stuff, and sometimes an 18-year-old wants to actually get away from home. If he went to Texas A&M, that's kind of city life. So similar, but it's a new location. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to be 100% real and honest here. I am actually going to stick by my prediction, and I'm going to stand firm in the paint and say that Shemar Stewart will be a Miami Hurricane. And I'm going to hold up. I'm going to give you my biggest reason as to why. The reason why I think Miami makes a lot of sense is the amount of play time that he will get early on. So, people make the argument for Georgia, but what does it matter if he chooses the big SEC school, the 2021 national championship team? What does it matter if he goes there and rides the bench? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't follow Georgia, so I don't really know what their D-line rotation is looking like or what their current recruiting class looks like. Now, when we talk about Texas A&M, the Aggies have the number one recruiting class in the country, and they are stacked on defense. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Shemar Stewart is a baller. He's a competitor. He's an athlete, and he could make a huge difference, but not as much at Texas A&M as he could at Miami. At Texas A&M, I actually believe that Shemar Stewart has a couple of guys ahead of him. So we could make that same argument that he goes to Texas A&M and he has to ride the bench for 1 or 2 seasons. So this man is ready to get some play time at the college level. He wants to see the field in 2022. And if he wants to accomplish that, this is my point. I'm wrapping this thing up, Canes fans. If he wants to do that, he's going to need to come to Miami. As much as Canes fans are excited about the changes, we got rid of Manny, we got Cristobal coming in, and, we're excited about the future. There's a ton of uncertainty there. We don't know what the chemistry is going to be like with this coaching staff, and it doesn't mean that things are going to take off year one. You guys don't want to hear that, and honestly, I hate saying it, but I like to be real. And the reality of the situation is we don't know what this year is going to hold. We don't know what these first couple of critical years are going to be. Year 1, 2, and 3 in the Mario Cristobal era. So there's a lot of question marks there. So with that being said, maybe Shemar Stewart wants to go somewhere that's a little more established, like Texas A&M, like Georgia, schools that have already proven some things. Now, Texas A&M, they beat Alabama last year, but that's about the fullest extent of what they did. But look at what they're lining up with their recruiting class. Now, as I just said, you could argue the opposite way. So, guys, I could go on and on and on. This video could be an hour long, and I could argue a million reasons as to why he'll go to Texas A&M, a million reasons as to why he'll go to Georgia, and a million reasons as to why he will go to Miami. I believe that he will be a Miami Hurricane, and the biggest contributing factor will be most likely immediate play time. Now, I realize we have some other big edge rushers coming in, but I think that Shemar Stewart is a little bit of a step ahead of those guys. And Miami is known for putting out some elite edge rushers into the NFL. We've had plenty of guys drafted at that position. I'm going to be in the minority here most likely, and it's not me trying to just be all positive and unicorns and rainbows over here at Miami, and I've been wrong before. There's a lot of reasons why he would not come to Miami, but I think it's his best decision to come to Miami when it comes to his future if he's thinking about the NFL. But man, that pull to Texas A&M. What if there's some type of NIL thing going down, right? This would be the greatest recruiting class in Texas A&M history, and maybe Shemar Stewart wants to be a part of that. So let me know how you guys feel. There's going to be a ton of trolls popping in on this video if Shemar Stewart chooses someone else. If he pulls out the Jackson State hat, bro, I'm done. I am done with any type of recruiting because I normally stay away from it, but, bro, I'm not touching it again if he chooses Jackson State. Let me know your feelings, your comments down below. Trolls, you can talk your trash. I don't care. Like I said, I can take it if I'm wrong on this. If I want to give a crystal ball prediction on 1 to 10 on how good I feel about saying Shemar Stewart to Miami, bro, it's about a 4. Okay? It's about a 4. Remember, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better. No matter what happens tomorrow, when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out.